Hey everyone, Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA. This is not my home. This is the place that lets me work out of there during the day, sun space. Been on my laptop most of the day, and unfortunately, still I can't get myself away from distractions. But I'm stuck on a screenplay that I'm still breaking the story on. So whenever I do that, I just switch to something else. So I got the screenplay for After Hours by, I think his name is Joseph Minion, Martin Scorsese movie, and I've read it before and I've seen the movie several times. I love the film, but I was retyping it out word for word, finally in the proper format, because before when I would retype out screenplays, it was in the awful, just center the text and stuff. It's not formatted right, so now it's formatted right. Even with all my distractions, I got through about 66 pages today, and I'm nearing the end. And the screenplay is very close to the finished film. Anyways, man, my ears hurt. They're so sensitive. Even playing videos softly on my computer, it hurts my ears. It sucks, man. I wish that was this. That's the worst thing, really, about being homeless for me. Having to listen to stuff on my headphones. Not that I've been doing it for the last 5 months under the quarantine because the libraries are closed, and if I'm on my laptop, it's here at Sunspace, so I can have my speakers up, but even so, it fucking hurt. Like, my ears have become so sensitive. I don't know how I'll enjoy shows again. It's gonna be tough. And man, not that I want to be a bouncer again, but I could never be a bouncer again. It hurts my ears so bad. I don't know. I want to go to a doctor at some point. I'm just so lazy. I don't want to deal with a doctor. It's like every day. It's like, why go to a doctor? I don't want to miss time writing to go to a doctor, but I know that's important. I should. And I spent like 8, 10 hours today typing out this stuff, even though I was distracted half the time. And I get up to go to the goddamn bathroom so much, eat, I get thirsty, I gotta drink. It's ridiculous. Hey Ace. Click like, everybody. Helps the video. I get tired of cooking on my air fryer anymore. I'm sick of it. Especially, all I do is make potatoes anymore. I gave up on everything else because a lot of other stuff, it was too much work and too much driving around to pick up stuff because I have to do it. If I'm getting chicken, it has to be the day that I'm cooking it. And yeah, too messy and stuff. So all I make is potatoes, which is great. They're healthy, they're low calories, but I'm like, I'm sick of doing even that. They're good, and there's not much cleanup because I eat the skin too. I read it's healthy. I checked, and I washed them first. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll keep doing it because they are low calories. I hate it when I go, to 7-Eleven and get some cheap shit, even though I'll try and get something reasonably good for me, like tuna. Um, but it's just high calories, all that stuff. And potatoes are low calories. They're good for you if you're working out a lot, especially. So at least now I know, and they're cheap. That's the other big thing. They're so cheap. So maybe tomorrow I'll just get like 5 or 6 potatoes. Um, you got the crock pot. Well, my air fryer is not dirty at all, basically, because I don't even have to put the food directly in it. I realized it's safe for aluminum foil. So fortunately, the food bank did have one box of aluminum foil. Usually, the food bank doesn't get only get stuff that's donated, and so a lot of it is food that's like it's about to go out of date, or it has, but it's still good. They just can't sell it at the grocery store. I get that stuff all the time. I don't care for the most part. Um, but they had aluminum foil and stuff like that. They'll have if the box gets damaged or something at the grocery store, so they won't sell it there. I'm like, I don't care at all. I'll take it. I don't want to spend full price on aluminum foil, and I'll reuse the same piece over and over for multiple potatoes. So tomorrow I got to get more potatoes because I ran out today. Hey Shrek, big score. Anyways, so yeah, it's wild outside. For once, the last few days, I've had my windows rolled all the way up in my car, which, man, it stinks. Oh, when I open those doors and I go inside the car, I'm like, wow, what is this smell? Well, normally I have them cracked a little bit because it's so hot and it practically never rains here. But I don't want ash flying in and getting all over stuff that I'll be touching, even though it's probably not very toxic, right, to touch. I don't know. But yeah, it is. You can't see it falling, the ash. But when I open the door of my car, if it's been sitting out for a little bit, you do see the ash start to, flurry around. And today, I think, was the worst smoke I've seen of this fire, or anything that I've seen in LA. I did see that, I put a picture of it up, like huge. It was almost looked like a volcanic eruption. I had nightmares about a volcano erupting. Um, and I was confused because I'm like, wait, don't we have mountains here? How did a mountain erupt? That's not a volcano, right? And that was a huge thing, but that was off in the distance, and it was like very like concentrated. So, anyways, it's just wild. And I even asked someone, yeah, I know, I gotta stop farting so much. I'm, I'm creating all these, yeah, massive atmospheric disturbances. Um, I don't know where Topanga is. I wish I knew more. I was thinking today, I just saw a picture or two of downtown LA, or parts around the city of LA. And I'm like, man, I miss being there. I forget I'm in LA anymore. It sucks. Even though I'm so glad to be in here, this is like a luxury apartment, basically. I mean, I'm just working here during the day, but I'm glad to be able to use this place. Um, I miss being around stuff and driving around and seeing LA. It's just crazy. I can't believe it. Like I forget I'm in LA because I'm in such like a small area most of the time. But I do drive around a little bit, but it's like within like a 4 mile area of the grocery store, the food bank, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, AM PM stations are the cheapest, but still, it's like $3 a gallon. I'm not gonna do that. I really don't have the money for that. I'm not gonna drive unnecessarily. Click like, everybody, helps the video out. And yeah, just trying to keep myself sane. So lots of writing. Today I was just stuck, and last night I was stuck on this new screenplay, trying to break the story for it. And so, as an exercise, what I'll do when I'm stuck, either read a screenplay or retype out one of my favorite ones word for word. So today I thought, well, I'll do a short one because a longer one can take me a few days. I go kind of slowly. So I worked on After Hours today. I got about 66 pages done. I really should have finished it. I was distracted. I got to just cut out my internet during the day because I'm not missing anything for the most part. Yeah, once in a while I'll see something funny posted or whatever, but it's not worth it. Excuse me. And got to get a bunch of potatoes because those are healthy. But I get so damn hungry, and the thing is, when I get hungry, I get really like dehydrated because the water goes right through me. Then I got to go to the bathroom, and it's horrible. And it's like I'm getting up every feels like 15 to 30 minutes either to fill up my water or to go to the bathroom, and it's interrupting me. 269 in your area, but how far is Topanga Canyon from Burbank? I have no idea. That's another thing. I really got to learn LA. The geography here. Thank you. I need to be a big star like Larry David. It's about 12 miles. That's not that far. Yeah, there's so many amazing parts of this area that I've seen that I don't even necessarily remember the names of. I remember driving down this one place for a short film I was working on, and there was a studio way in the valley, and I love it when I'm working in the valley and not in the city. But I was driving down, and it was like one of those. I guess it's been used in movies. I'm not totally sure. It was like one of those amazing rock formations where you're like driving downward, and it's like sort of desert area, but you're still in neighborhoods and stuff like nearby when you go through it. And it seemed like kind of a like uppity white town. when you get through all that, where I can't even remember where it was, but it was really cool to go to, and I enjoyed the drive, and it was right around when I was starting to work on, get some more, mostly free, unpaid work on film sets in the art department after my relapse of my disorder, my dissociative disorder. But it was like an amazing, this big boulder almost like perched up on these rocks. I don't remember exactly what it looked like, but it looked really amazing. And it's somewhere I have the address of the shoot location. So if I ever wanted to go back there, I would just look up that address and just put it in GPS, because it's like one road down the mountain, these like desert area in there, and it's not super far either. Anthony Flores, thank you so much. 14.99. Uh, what's that? The Topanga and Chatsworth 118. The AM PM. The AM PM around here, it's only like $3 a gallon. That's about as cheap as it gets. But thank you again, Anthony Flores. That's amazing. It helps me out a ton. Oh, so job update. I was really worried. Not really worried. I don't know. I kind of just stopped thinking about it because that damn counselor, it was like he was pushing me not to get this job in a way. He wasn't really discouraging me from it. He was just trying to tell me, look up these training programs, see what you like. And they're like 6 month training programs for nothing I want to do. I told him, well, I just want to do the sanitation job because it's for 6 months, and I'm not looking for a career. I'd like something where after I'm done, I can go back to film work. And if I work for 6 months, I'll have enough money to survive another 6 months probably. I don't know. I do have to pay a shitload of money on my credit card. Um, and my bill from my old car that was destroyed, but I got like $1,200 uh, like financing on it to replace the tires, the control arms, the bushings, all this other shit. And I'm still paying that off, and man, I got to pay a lot on that. Otherwise, it's going to have serious interest charges on it. So yeah, I do have to pay a lot of that stuff soon. But yeah, if I work for 6 months, I'll probably have decent money to live for at least a few more months. Seeing as how I'm somehow getting by, even though I have very little income right now. Um, I forget what I was talking about now. The rocks I'm talking about. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? That may be it, Big Score. It may be at the Chatsworth and 118. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're driving down this like, it's sort of like it's a city highway that then goes out of the city, and it's going downward, and right in the like off right by where the road veers, there's this big rock formation. That's the Chatsworth 118. I seem to remember Chatsworth something road. And by the way, Chatsworth, I believe, is where my mom and or I was there, but my mom shot Tim's Cook-Off with Tim and Eric all those years ago, like 7 years ago. I was just curious one day, and I looked up my old emails with the location for it, and it was, I believe it was in, yeah. And it hits a freeway. Oh, interesting. So that's not just some random place. That's a notable place, and I wonder if a bunch of movies have filmed there or not, because it's such an interesting rock formation. I have been losing weight, although when I eat that 7-Eleven bullshit, I don't eat much. I get like protein drinks, today I did get a sausage biscuit, and those, it's too many calories, but I needed something to eat, so like water just didn't go through me. But oh yeah, and I was saying too, my car, because I roll up the windows. Here's the thing, I don't throw away any organic matter here anymore at Sunspace, like when I'm cooking on my air fryer. So, because it was just smelling too much, and I didn't want it bothering anybody. Even with the doors open, it was just smelled. So, all I do is make potatoes here. But the last time I cooked anything other than potato, I cooked an onion, I think yesterday. And I bagged it up, tied up the bag, put it in my car in a bigger trash bag. And plus, there's cans of sardines in my car and stuff. Now, when I open my car, it's like, pow! It is like the smell of the tomato sauce from the sardines mixed with onions that just permeate. It almost confused me. Like, what's wrong? Where's that smell coming from? But yeah, it was onions in there. So I don't even want to throw that stuff away here. That's the other thing. The good thing about, again, the potatoes, not sweet potatoes. I can't bear to eat the skin on that for whatever reason. But the other kind of just white potatoes or whatever, I can eat them no problem with the skin, and it's healthy supposedly. Tons of what, movies in Chatsworth, or those films I don't want to mention because YouTube is strict about all that stuff. Um, but anyways, yeah, the adult films, we can say that. Um, Click like, everybody. By the way, helps the channel out, the video out. I'm doing this even though I'd like to be writing because I do got to keep up the videos. And oh yeah, I forgot, I was trailed off on my story about the job. So I was annoyed with the counselor, not super annoyed, but I'm like, well, this seems like a dead end. This guy's encouraging me to do some other thing I don't want to do. Sounds like it's just not going to work. And then I get an email that on Monday there's another orientation for the job that I want, the sanitation specialist job, where I'll be disinfecting buildings. It's an online orientation. It doesn't mean I have the job yet. I don't know, maybe it does. I have no idea. But I'm like, oh, okay, good. I'll sign up for it. And that's really great because it just means whatever the process to get this job is, I'm another step closer to getting it. And I was told by someone who helped set me up with this position that as long as I, go through the whole application process, I'm pretty much guaranteed a job, because they just want to see you're dedicated enough to follow through, that you're not going to be like, oh, okay, I don't really want to work, I don't need the money, so it's fine. But anyways, yeah, I am losing weight, and that's good, and doing a lot of burpees throughout the day. Whenever I feel down, it's frustrated, I just get on the floor here, do a bunch of burpees, and I'll probably do a few more sets before the day's through. A great exercise. I get frustrated doing like anything else anymore that's not like full body, like push-ups or squats. Yes, I will do my back workout as well with the chain link fence, but like I have my backpack that I have my laptop in. I'll lift it up for like shoulder raises, and I get frustrated. Like, oh, this is just working out my shoulder. That's it. I don't know. It's like this crazy anxiety in me. I can't deal with. I don't know what about contact tracing. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I guess I know what it is with the Trump virus. It's like, what do you mean? I don't know. What do you do with it? I read something online. They say, well, if you get a call from a number you don't know, check your voicemail. It could be like the health department saying you've possibly been exposed to the Trump virus because of their contact tracing. But what do you mean by contact tracing? Is it like a job you can get where, you're the contact tracer, or you just report potential Trump virus sightings? I don't know. I'm always nervous about it, by the way. Man, I was thinking today, I went to 7-Eleven to pick up stuff. I was touching stuff. I'm like, oh, that makes me nervous. I've heard horrible, horrible stories, and obviously way too many people have died from it. And, Dr. Fauci was saying that we've got to really hunker down this winter and fall, because it's going to get even worse then if we don't seriously, isolate to prevent the regular flu seasons from being even worse, even more bad. But yeah, I got to get more potatoes, I guess. What else can I eat? Peanut butter, almonds, potatoes. I eat oatmeal. That's really good for you, and that does fill you up. But I can only tolerate so much, so many carbohydrates like that a day. Anyways, about the job. Yeah, so Monday I have another orientation for it. I'm hoping I'm getting close to finally getting it. Everything takes, because it's a job with the city, so anything like that, it takes a really long time. Like, there's no rushing it. So I just hope I'm getting closer. I need to get that at least one paycheck so I can start paying stuff down, and I really got to pay off my car repair bill from last year for a car that's destroyed now. but I really got to pay that off before the interest starts to add up on it. The first year there's no interest, and they delayed it because of the Trump virus. So now I think I have till like February to have it paid off, or they're going to start charging massive interest, like 30% or something, where it's just going to be fucking insane. So yeah, I really want to get that paid down as well as my credit card. Even though the credit card, if it comes to it, if it's really that urgent, I'll wait on that. Um, Man, and I'm just thinking still, like someday, like what if I want to rent a place? But I'm like, man, I hate landlords. I cannot deal with them. I saw a video. I can't watch these videos where people confront these bully, asshole landlords who break the law to kick their tenants out. And you just see what bullies they are. Like, so these tenant support groups, they'll like rush to somebody's house or apartment if they're being illegally evicted, or even if it's like legal or it might be legal. Um, but you know, as to show to keep the landlord from intimidating them and kicking them out, so they'll go like dozens of them to prevent a landlord from kicking someone out. I saw one today. It was here in LA like 2 hours ago. It was filmed, and they live stream it, you know, and the landlord was just fucking laughing at this tenant he wanted to kick out, mocking. I think it was a woman or maybe it was a family, because I think they said the little sister was saying something who lived there, and he was just laughing and being an asshole. And they were saying like, yeah, this guy has no respect for them. He's fucking jerk, middle-aged dickhead who's like, yeah, get out of here. What I couldn't really understand. There was so much yelling in the video, and it was in Spanish, but I could understand a decent amount. And this one girl with the protesters was saying, we have rights, you know. And this guy didn't give a shit. I don't get that. Like, I'm like, okay, this is not the time for conflict. If I'm the landlord there, I'm like, okay, this is not the time to argue. Obviously, I've got to deal with this a different way, but to just be an asshole like that, I don't have that mentality. That's also why I couldn't be a bouncer. You know, it's like, not that you have to be an asshole, but you do have to be strict when people try and, you know, be pushy or manipulate you and stuff. So, anyways, this guy, yeah, it's just an asshole. So it's like I can't even watch that. I get so dissociated because it makes me so mad, and it just makes me go numb, basically. And it's like, oh, I gotta calm down, and it just messes me up. I gotta like, I can't watch it, and what it do when I dissociate basically makes me feel numb, like I'm floating off my body. And I'm like, oh shit, it's like, you know, uh, undoing some of the progress I've made, which I know isn't really true, but you know, that's what it feels like. It's like I literally felt light in my fingers afterwards, typing on my computer. See, I shouldn't have looked at that, but I keep, you know, being tempted to looking at stuff online, like what's going on now. I gotta just cut it out. And I would have been sleeping already, or roughly lying down or whatever. But I definitely wanted to make a video after working all day and writing all day, because you know, I got to keep doing this stuff and entertaining the people. That's what they want, and I got to go to the bathroom. Fill this up. I'll take the camera somewhat close. We'll take it in the bathroom. That's for sure. Look how crazy long my hair is now. I mean, look, this is nuts. It like looked kind of good as it was growing longer. Now it just looks ridiculous. I don't know how to describe it. It almost looks like who is it? I don't know, like some woman in a poster on like a 50s Coke advertisement or something. What am I thinking of? Debbie, Little Debbie or something? I don't know. matter how early I get up, it's not early enough. There's never enough time in the day to do everything I want with all the writing I need to do. I wish I didn't have to sleep, but that's okay. You know, I know that's the best case scenario is I write all day. I can't fit the water bottle under the sink, so I put the water in here first, and then I'll put it in this big water bottle. I've lost a significant amount of weight so far. That's great. A large part because of the air fryer, so I don't want to mess up that progress. And I can handle being hungry. What I can't handle is having to go to the bathroom so much because, like, I have no food in me to absorb water. If I eat a good meal, I can go like 6 hours without going to the bathroom. If I don't, it just drives me nuts. It's like, oh, I want to keep writing, then I got to get up, fill my water bottle, drink. Go to the bathroom. It never ends. Click like everybody, helps the video out. So yeah, even though I'd rather be writing all day, I do need to make money and work the most boring job possible. Not, I mean, boring in a good way. Like nothing happens. There's no customers. I'm cleaning. And just thinking, even if I had the money for a home, unless I could really buy my own place, I don't know when I'd ever want to. I'm sure I will, I guess, at some point, you know. It'll happen. I don't really know, but I just can't stand the idea of having a landlord. Like, just it's just the idea of it is so unpleasant to me. Of having to answer to anyone or having anyone who can tell me, you know, what to do with the place I pay for. So, or, you know, who can tell me, oh, don't hang that out your window or something, that's, you know, against code or whatever. Or really what I'm likely to do is block out the windows because I just like being in secluded spaces. I don't know. I used to do it actually because I slept late and I just couldn't sleep if the light was coming in the window. So I got like blackout curtains. And then my last place, you couldn't put blackout curtains on. It had blinds, but like there was no way to put on the blackout curtains. So I just taped up like posters all over the windows. And what was the other thing I was thinking of? Oh yeah, if I get a home someday, I don't want it to be with a homeowners association. Those assholes can, screw themselves. We want to keep the property value up. I cannot. I wouldn't want to live in a place like that where you can call the police on someone practically for, you know, playing loud music down the street. Yeah, that shit's annoying. Don't get me wrong. But like I can't. It's so embarrassing to be around people who want that kind of like tight-fisted control around them. I'm like, I don't need that. Whatever, you know. Yeah, hopefully that stuff doesn't happen too much. Whatever, all kinds of issues that a homeowners association might deal with that are somewhat reasonable, but I don't want a home. They can foreclose on your home if you don't pay their fines. They can just take your home, and they make you pay bullshit stuff. Hi Terry, um, for like leaving your trash cans out in front of the house, so it brings down the property value. I don't care about raising my property value or lowering it. I don't give a shit once I have a home. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm gonna have to lose money selling it. I don't see why I'd care. Yes, I know in the midst of it, yeah, you want to make as much money as possible, but I'm gonna try and, make that reality for myself, like keep myself to my word, which is if I say I'm not gonna be in a homeowners association, I'm not. But this is a while off now, or maybe not. I don't know. With my screenplays, still, struggling to work them. I want to have at least 5 or 6 written and test them with people and see. And I wish I had the money too. This is the other thing I really want. I really wish I had the money for some, you know, really good screenwriting courses I want to take that are not in college. They're just from screenwriting coaches and instructors who I really like, and in some cases I've read their books, and I've definitely seen them, talk in videos, and I wish I could afford their stuff. It would be thousands of dollars if I could take all the courses that I want, to have the practice. The good thing is, at least now I know I'm doing it every single day, that I'm writing like a madman, Even if I'm not at my computer, I'm writing pages and pages in my notebook of notes to help set up a story and figure out what it is. And I'm trying to get myself in the mindset to understand, like, okay, you know, don't just sabotage it and like not write anything because it's not perfect. You gotta write and ease it out. Let the story work out. Because I'm thinking while I'm retyping my favorite screenplays, which is an exercise I do, like if I was writing this, I'd have to be loose and relaxed. I couldn't be all tense. But yeah, this is wild. My hair, I think it went from looking kind of all right to now it just looks bad and deranged. And see, it's not long enough to do the like Ted, Theodore Logan from Bill and Ted. No, this looks insane too, like a weirdo. What's it look like? That comedian, Emo Phillips, is that it? Looks like some mobster from the 30s in a film. Yeah, it's not long enough for. Oh, that's not down the middle. Since the new Bill and Ted movie came out, um, yeah, it just looks super bizarre and like kind of disturbed. But yep, HOAs are way up on your business too much. Like, I knew people who got fined for leaving their trash cans on the curb one day. And they can do really petty stuff, like if they don't want people visiting, like they can say, okay, well, they can't park their car here anymore. So you can't have friends visit, or, you can't even, I mean, it's all kinds of stuff that, like, should be reasonable, but you can't do, like, even if it'll be good for the value of the home, like, whatever, resurface something. They're like, nope, you can't work on that without a vote by the HOA or whatever, because all our houses got to look the same. It's good for the property value of the neighborhood if the color scheme is the same. So screw that. Like, I would be embarrassed to want to have that much. I would be embarrassed at the thought of ever being in the position where I see someone doing something potentially in violation of the code and have to report them. Like, I'm this little coward who just can't stand the idea of someone just doing what they want with their life. It's pathetic. I hope it all comes to an end, and the HOA owners and their supporters are put in jails. You want to have an HOA? Have an HOA on your new home. Your jail cell, prison cell. And my ears are, fuck, man. listening to stuff with my headphones for so long, it has really made my ears sensitive and just hurt them. So, and I haven't used the earphones for months, or the headphones, I should say, and they're still so fucking sensitive to sound and hurting, and I don't know. I got to go to the doctor at some point and see if I doubt they can do anything. But the worst part is for seeing movies. It hurts my ears to see movies, at least when I was still going to theaters. And I eventually got to the point where that helped me decide to quit my job as a bouncer, because it was hurting my ears the day after work when it never did before. But I was already living in my car, so I couldn't use speakers to listen to stuff. So anyways, just sucks. I do little stuff to try and help with TMJ, like this maneuver. Like basically I'll show it like this is the back of my neck. Do it like down here. Basically I'll do it slowly. What I'm doing is like flicking down to create a thud on right here in the back of my neck. That kind of helps. It feels really nice. If you strike hard, sometimes I mess it up and I go too soft like this, but when you really bam hit it hard, it's a nice sensation. Oh, that's nice. It almost like makes your whole body jump. It literally makes my like legs jump a little. Yep, La Cake Maker. I've never seen you here before, but yes, they should get rid of all HOAs. And like I said, if immediate trials and swift, entrances into jail and prison for HOA owners and the people who run them. They're just scum. And it may take some of my friends. So be it. We all have to make sacrifices. Yeah, the fires here are just nuts. Today, I think, was like the worst. Just going off what I'm seeing, I don't really follow the news that closely, but it was like the worst I've ever seen the smoke. Like looking out from where I am across the street, I can see smoke in the air, and definitely as you look up a little, and there's like mountains right here across the street. Literally the other side of the street, they're like small mountains or like hills, but there's smoke all around them. You could barely see the sun today. The sun looks like like a red orb. It is weird. And I have my mask on when I'm outside. Not that I'm not sure it helps a ton, but it smells like burning wood outside. And yeah, the ash is all over everything. You smell it all the way in Arizona. Wow. And I saw there was a satellite picture where you see the smoke going out over the Pacific Ocean, covering like half the distance, not half the whole Pacific Ocean, but making it like halfway across it or something like that. I'm like, this is horrible. How can people be in such denial about climate change? We literally see the climate changing in front of us with that stuff, within the span of a few hours. Your grandma had all kinds of problems with homeowners associations. Moist Andy updates. We message a lot. Follow him on Instagram. First of all, he's on there, and he's just the name Moist Andy because his YouTube channel is Damp Andrew. But look up Moist Andy on Instagram. He posts lots of updates about his radios that he's building. He's obsessed with building radios. He sends me his diagrams for them and charts, and talks about his problems building them and all the different types he wants to make. And the latest one he saw, it has a belt over it with the circuit board open and everything. And he talks about how he wants to have a vacuum tube for it. So he's still working at Amazon warehouse, and riding his bike a lot, I'm sure, and eating healthy. Just this thing. Click like, everybody. It helps the channel out, helps the video. But yeah, you can smell the smoke. I even asked someone today that, I said, have you ever seen smoke this bad in LA? He's like, no. And he used to live here, at least a couple years. I don't know exactly how long he's been here, but he's a filmmaker I worked with. Yep, Moist Andy is a genius. He's like a prophet. I remember once I was at a bar with Moist Andy. His real name's Joseph, by the way, so I'll just call him Joseph. But I was at a bar with him. We were just getting some food. It was like noon or something. We weren't drinking there. And I don't really drink. I mean, I drink once in a rare while. I can't remember the last drink I've had. And I'm pretty. No, Moist Andy. He said he did. He was buying stuff from liquor stores for a while, but he stopped. And but we got some food there, and it was so funny. It was the funniest damn thing. This bartender, this woman, young lady, she was being really nice, trying to talk to us, and I forget what she was talking about, like food she likes to eat. She's like, "Oh my goodness, sometimes I just like to have a big cheeseburger, like I get so hungry I just have to eat it or something." And and Moist Andy, well, it was funny. First of all, I think she and I were like talking a little bit. So somehow it got into food, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll have this." I can't remember what I ordered, but I was like, "Oh, I'll have this." She was talking about food she likes, talking about, "Oh, yeah, I totally love like just a big hamburger or something." And Moist Andy said, all he said after she said all this stuff about the food she likes and some story about it or whatever. I don't think it was a story, but all this detail. This is all he said. He said, "I eat sardines," and she just looked at him like she was shocked. She was like she didn't know what to make. Oh man. She didn't try talking as much. She wasn't weirded out really. It was just so funny. It's just, "I eat sardines." Oh man. I mean, she wasn't trying to make like small talk, like continue the conversation because she had no idea what to say. Oh man. Yeah. He's a genius. Follow him on Instagram because he posts a lot in there. YouTube, he doesn't post as much. He's still working at Amazon. He works really hard there, and I know, first of all, Amazon, they're just a crap company. They work people way too hard, but also, and they could pay people way more. Um, but also, warehouse work in general is tough. They don't work you there just to be like, "Oh, take your time, whatever. Don't worry, it's a warehouse. We don't have any customers, right?" No, they're trying to get stuff out as quickly as possible, especially Amazon. They're like, what? One of the biggest companies in the world. And I know he works hard there, and just where I don't know how you do it warehouse work for as long as he's done it for years now, because I did warehouse work for 2 weeks and I quit. Uh, 13 years ago now. It was, and mentally I was not good. I was in a bad dissociative state, and I had no idea what it was. I thought my life was over. Terry, yes, I am having a little bit of luck with work. So, the job I've been trying to get, the sanitation specialist job, it's been weeks. It's been like a month now, I think, yeah, I think about a month. Like 1 week I went to an orientation, I went to another orientation, I signed up with the job placement company, I waited another week and finally got to talk to the counselor, and been waiting another week now, I think. And he was encouraging me to try and take these college courses for job training because he said they'll pay for the training. The like these like 6 month courses to be like whatever, computer network engineer and security guard. Security guard's a shorter course, but mechanic, which would be the only one that interests me. All this other stuff, I can't remember what else. I have no interest in it. Whatever, seamstress or something, or fabric maker. And but he said, yeah, I'll look, I'll keep seeing if you can get this sanitation job, because I said I want that because I'm not looking to have a career, and also I need a job right away. So the job is 6 months only, and it seems pretty easy. Like, I don't have to work with customers. I'll be cleaning closed down buildings. So I went through all that, and then finally, a day or two ago, I got an email saying there's another orientation on Monday for the job. So that's good. That's promising, because it means, okay, something is happening. It's not just this guy's trying to push me to take these college courses. Thank you, Terry. Um, huh? I don't get it. Hello, Candy Morgan. But hello, stranger that is good for trash in L.A. Okay, I don't know what that means. That I'm good for trash in L.A., or something I just said is good for trash in L.A. Like the sanitation job. But yes, thank you, Terry. Yeah, it is good news. So I'm hoping it just gets sorted out and I get the fucking job already and I can just work. Not that I'm eager to get away from the computer and stuff. I love being able to write all day, but the thing is, there is this oh, it sounded Russian there. This impending problem of I need to pay my bills soon. I need to majorly pay off a lot of stuff. Sanitation. Well, it's not a trash. It's not a trash pickup thing. Um, it's it's like disinfecting buildings that are closed due to the Trump virus. So like schools and libraries. So 'cause it's crazy to think libraries haven't been open for like 5 months now. I just wonder what's going on with the librarians. Are they still all getting paid? I should have gotten that job. That'd be cushy, because right now I'd be getting paid for doing nothing. What, Terry? That's not even English. Just do what your computer comfortable with. Oh, I read that wrong. I thought you said just do what your computer with that helps you. Yeah, comfortable with. Yeah, so I'm not going to be pushed into some training program for months, like to have a career. I'm not. I want to be able to go back to film work once the Trump virus is gone. Which at this point, I don't know. There's just part of me that thinks it's never going to go away. Um, but what was I thinking? Yeah, just scary and sad, thinking it'll just never go away. Robert Pattinson got it. Um, get some music on my head. I am not a music head. I don't listen to music. That is the devil's playground. Oh, you're in Orange County? I've never been there. Uh, a lot of people think what as well. I can't even remember what I just said. Oh, about the Trump virus, it'll never go away. That's a scary thing, is thinking that it just won't, and we're just going to devolve into like, you know, this situation where there's like less and less support. It's like the fabric of society falls apart. I don't know which fire I'm close to. I guess the what's it called, the Isuzu fire or something. I'm roughly around Burbank. But yeah, I want this sanitation job, so I'll be able to finally get some steady work. And this is like the only thing I can get. I applied to several other jobs, more than several, and haven't heard back on anything. Um, oh wait, I did hear back on one. I almost didn't catch it. It went to my spam email, but now that I'm getting this opportunity, I'm like, well, this is going to be my main thing I go for. But yeah, I desperately need like those first few paychecks. They're going to be all going to paying down my car repair, um, the repairs that I got in my car last year, that the car that's destroyed, and paying down my credit card, which that it's not even shit. Credit card I'd have to pay even if I made the same money for the next 3 years. That's probably how long it'll take to pay. First one that hit. Oh yeah. Yeah, my mom. Oh, Isuzu. I didn't know how to spell it because all I hear it is on the radio. So I'm like, Isuzu, like the motorcycle company or car company, whatever. Yeah. Well, I do have to be outside, but yeah. At least I get indoors during the day. Um, yeah, my mom's doing all right. I talked to her today. She's trying to get a second job. She applied somewhere because she's got to make more money to survive. And but she's doing all right overall. She misses having TCM because Comcast now includes that in their sports and something entertainment package for $30 extra. But she did get Cartoon Network back, she said, but not before she could see Beef House with Tim and Eric. I was about to say Beef Boys. Um, yeah, but Beef House, she missed that because she didn't have Cartoon Network back then. But yeah, she misses having TCM on, and she is back working in a way. She works at a public school in the cafeteria, but school's closed in Arlington, Virginia. So she's just handing out food to families. So at least she still has work. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to be filming my mom. I wish I could film her, but that's how it is. She's on the other side of the country. So, yeah, I was thinking about that video. Sometime, once in a while, I'll watch part of that video again when she got that keychain from Japan, a frog and snowman keychain. And what else did she get? I forget now. She got something else, something she put in her cat. I can't remember. I know she got a card, but yeah, that was incredible. If a Japanese fan sent her something, I'm like, wow, that's, uh, you know, unreal. Like I couldn't believe it. Like somebody's watching from Japan and managed to send that. So yeah, I definitely would like to film with her again. It's just when can any of us do anything now? And I also want to get new struts on my car. The struts they've been bad since I got it. Basically bouncy, which isn't really a problem, but I don't want it to end up damaging the wheels or the engine because it can wear the engine out if the suspension's not good, and then if that damages the wheels. So I want to get new struts on. I can try and do it myself, but it's going to be at least like $400 for the struts with the assemblies. Yeah, thanks, Candy Morgan. Um, so she's trying to get that second job too, and she's got to follow up about that. Yeah, and it's just I mean, it's a lot of stuff she's doing, taking care of her house, and my bum Trump supporting, white supremacist brother. He's not like a outed, officially white supremacist. He's just sort of the alt-right dickhead. All kinds of trash supporting. Um, she doesn't even know how to use anything on her phone like that to FaceTime or anything. I've never FaceTime. I don't even know what the point of that is. I don't want to see anyone's face when I talk to them on the phone. I don't even want to see their picture, really. Sometimes if somebody has their picture on their profile, I'm like, it weirds me out. I don't want to see a face, so I'll just go in and change it to like a black square for their picture. But yeah, she's trying to get a second job, and she's got to walk around a lot because trash, racist brother of mine, I guess isn't willing to give her money for taxis to get around or Ubers. Um, Not that she knows how to use the Uber app either or what's the other one, Lyft. Um, and I'm still dissociating now. All of a sudden, I feel it in my leg, that feeling that I'm getting this hot and cold patch there, but it's mostly going away. Yeah, and he has a Lexus. He makes decent money, at least last time I checked. He had some kind of clearance to work with the government, and he's got 2 assault and battery convictions against me. Um, and he was facing a felony charge for strangulation. Um, but he got that dropped down to assault and battery misdemeanor. That was his second one, and he could have easily had more, and he almost went to jail, or he could have went to jail after that, because like the next day I went to my parents' house to help my dad out, who was sort of bedridden for a while. He fell and bruised his hip, and this was back in 2013, and my brother was he's like, you shouldn't be here, and when I left in my car, he was just standing outside staring at me like this. I called his probation officer. I told her what he did. She's like, oh, he can't do that, and she called him and talked to him, I guess, and then my mom called me and it's like, Angelo, what are you doing? You're gonna get Michael arrested. I'm like, too bad, you said he's not a threat. So why are you worried? He's not a threat. No big deal. I should be able to come and go as I please. Meanwhile, I'm still helping my dad out while I'm sleeping on a friend's parents' couch and working a job. And I just came out of a 9-month-long major bout of DPDR in which I was badly disabled, and I thought I would never get better. And so all this shit where I couldn't sleep well, I was just starting to work again. I gained all this weight. I felt crappy, and I was going there to take care of my dad when my brother should have been doing it. Instead, my brother attacked me. Anyways, yeah, my mom's getting by all right. It's what can you do? Just got to keep going. And she's very busy, working a lot, taking care of the house. And like I said, she's got to walk around because my brother won't give her money for taxis, apparently. Like, even if I couldn't drive her, if I had the money, I would give her money for taxis. But no, he doesn't want to. Click like, everyone, by the way. Helps the video out. What time is it? 10:17? I'll be alright, even though I'm going to be a little tired when I get up. I want to keep streaming and keeping up, videos and making videos for people. I'm really looking forward to when I do some car repair videos. As I get older, that's what interests me more on YouTube. It's just car repair stuff. That and like World War II documentaries is all I watch anymore, basically. I do watch Kid Behind the Camera, and okay, I'll catch I love Chad Goes Deep, and I've seen them perform live twice, and they're a ton of fun. Chad and JT, they're fucking hilarious. By the way, Chad and JT, they are in Orange County, I believe that's where they live. Um, oh yeah, my brother's 34. Uh, Video after the fall. Which fall? He's fallen several times, so I'm not sure exactly which. But you said the last video. I can't remember them all. But yeah, glad I filmed them. But whatever. I don't want to think about it. Yeah, Pickle Boy's great, and yeah, I just hope he and I know they're doing all right, but I know it's tough too. The pressure's on them, and I know one of their family members is really sick. Um, so he's like stuck in the house. He can't visit his family, and they got their baby Mia, who's like 9 months old now, I believe, a little over 9 months. Excuse me. No matter, it's just amazing how there's never enough time in the day, no matter what. I was up since 4:30 this morning, and got to work on writing around like 8, and I was distracted way too much throughout the day. Still nowhere near enough time to get everything done that I want. Yeah, Mia. Yeah, well, it looks like she's starting to, develop a little personality and starting to grab stuff, and Now I'm starting to grab stuff and I'm starting talking like a baby. But no, I saw like little videos where she's grabbing stuff or actually reacting to things because babies they can't really see well the first 6 months, and that after that I guess that's when they start being able to see better. And Bridget posted that she crawled backwards. Oh, excuse me. I'm still dissociating somewhat. Still recovering from this last bout. What the hell? It's been the least severe, but the sort of the longest to dissipate. Whereas even my 2012 to 13 bout of DPDR, once it started going away, really, like in April and May 2013, it was relatively quickly gone. I say relatively quickly now. It took 9 months to go. It was excruciating, but towards the end, I was getting better and better, and I was just out of it eventually. But this one, it's like lingering and lingering for months, and I got the relapse in end of November, like day before Thanksgiving, I think, 2019. So it's about 10 months now, because another month, October, another month, November, 12. So yeah, about 10 months now, and it's still, I'm obviously well enough to write and everything, but I still get very triggered into dissociated states easily. Uh, yeah, a lot of pranks with Mia. I want to see her reaction to Angry Grandpa. How unfortunate is it that Angry Grandpa isn't here anymore? Man, I wish I could watch him. That was one, my favorite thing on YouTube always. It's always my favorite channel on YouTube. Angry Grandpa was just so hilarious. And, I was just obsessed with him. And then, of course, I met him. And he was very nice. And he even talked to my mom on the phone. If you look at the Christmas Santa calls he did, I think 2014. He called my mom as like the last call, and it was just hilarious how he's yelling at everybody to my mom. Though he was kind of nice, and my mom called me that night and said how she's like, oh, you'll never guess who called me tonight. It was Angry Grandpa, and she loved him too. So, oh, it was sad seeing him, decline the last few months with his health and being stuck in the wheelchair. And then he got cancer, but then the cancer they got it out of him, and but then he had major liver failure and liver disease, and that was that. Man, he lived a hard life though. Lots of drinking and smoking and weight gain, and he had 3 heart attacks. A lot of issues. My leg is the spot on my leg is like I'm dissociating now, and I can feel it like a cold water spot on my leg, and that's from my nerves and stuff being affected by my um, depersonalization derealization disorder. I got to get more potatoes tomorrow. Got to remember that. These potatoes are the one thing basically I could cook in this air fryer now that's easy to cook and very little cleanup, and they're low calorie and healthy. I'm not cooking meat anymore. It smells too much in here, all the stuff. So I just get some potatoes because I don't mind being hungry. It's just that when I get so, like, eat so little that I'm just going to the bathroom constantly because it's like the water goes right through me. It drives me nuts because I want to sit there at the computer focused, and I can't. Thanks, Terry. Yeah, I do. Yeah, want that job soon as well. Even though all that money, I'm freaking dissociating now. It is so weird. But all that money is at first it's basically, which is it's fine, whatever. That's where it's got to go. Um, Towards the financing on my repair bill on the car. I got financed to get the bill to fix my car, and goes towards that, and then my credit card as well. But at least I'll have a little bit of money for gas and food, and I don't know. It's, I hate the idea of taking time to go to a doctor, but I should do it just to get a physical. I'm losing a good amount of weight though. That's good. Got to keep it up. But oh man, it is weird on my leg. This spot, it's like my dissociative disorder. It affects my nerves, my senses. It's not like biological. It's like a dissociative disorder. It's like a break from your mind, and it affects me in different ways. I get strange tastes in my mouth. I feel disconnected from my body. My hands feel very light, so it's like I don't feel the weight of them, guiding me. Like when I'm typing at the keyboard, it is super weird. It's like I'm high. And also, I have this spot on my leg, which I've never had in any of my previous bouts of DPDR, that it alternates when I get dissociated. It gets triggered from feeling cold to feeling hot. Almost like a hot, wet pack of water is pressed against it. It is super weird, and I can't wait for it to be gone someday. And right now, I have this weird taste in my mouth from it. It causes strange tastes in my mouth. Sometimes now it's like almost like something like ice has been on my tongue, and it's vaguely sweet. It's just really weird and annoying, and I know I'm dissociating. Uh, as far as I know, the heaviest that I got was 207 pounds. I may have been heavier. I don't know. I don't weigh myself that much. Because when I weigh myself, what the hell is that? Oh, I'm looking at. There's a little like the chat. There's like a chat bubble on the screen at the bottom to show the comments, and it's appearing right here at the bottom of the screen. But I thought, like, is there a tag sticking out of my sleeve? So 207, as far as I know, was my heaviest. Because when I weigh myself, I just have to go to like a laundromat and put in a quarter and weigh myself. And last time I weighed myself, I was 194. But I know I've lost at least like 5 to 7 pounds since then. So I just want to keep it up. No, I don't use a tens unit. I don't know what that is. I think I've heard of it, the name. But when I dissociate, I try and exercise, do burpees, and also just when I'm feeling down, do burpees or some kind of exercise that helps. But yeah, I get this weird, now it's like ice has been on my tongue and it's cold. Yes, thank you. Trying to lose literally like another 30 or 40 pounds. I'm just done with food. I'm sick of food. I've always felt like that. I'd never need to eat food again. I don't care about it. I'd be glad to never have to eat again. I don't care about good tasting food. I will eat bland slop as long as it's healthy. That's why I eat oatmeal, potatoes. Um, I was eating a lot of vegetables for a few days lately. Little bags of vegetables I could get, but they fucking gave me such bad gas, like the most crazy diarrhea. Hereditary? What? The dissociative disorder? No, I'm just lucky. Um, it's not hereditary. It only occurs in certain people, certain experiences or exposures to certain things. Yep, I just eat to stay alive. I don't give a shit about, oh, I gotta eat here, this restaurant, that one, fancy, whatever. Who gives a shit? The one thing that is nice to have, though, is just something cooked. It does kind of make me insane in a way when all my food is basically cold or room temperature. Like, it is nice. That's why it's just kind of psychologically important for me to have a baked potato like once a day or twice a day. Yeah, my tongue, it's like a sweet taste on it, but it's just weird. Um, like a numbness to it, too. But, when these symptoms act up, I also gotta kind of trust that it's the disorder working its way out of me. It just takes fucking forever. Also, it does act up more when I get really tired, like I am now. That's partly why I realized I do need to sleep, even though I was getting by on like 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night. That just, I can't function well with it. I need to sleep more. Anyways, speaking of that, okay, it is getting a little late for me. 10:30. I do want to get up still at 4:30 in the morning and get straight to working at my stuff. Yeah, I need to sleep more, so try and get to sleep by 8:30. But tonight I knew that wasn't happening. I wanted to do the stream. I'm gonna go. No, I'm just tired. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.